I just wanted to give you one more short video on common denominators and how to find them, just in case it's not so easy for you. Now, a common denominator is what you need when you've got a problem like 1/4 plus 2/8. You see, adding fractions isn't so bad if the denominator is the same. But if it's not, you have to find a common denominator. So let's do that. Hopefully you can see that 4 can be an 8. It can turn into an 8 by multiplication. This requires you to be pretty good with your times tables. So 4 times what would equal 8? Well, 4 times 2 could equal 8. It's true. And whatever you do on the bottom of a fraction when you're finding a common denominator, you must do on the top as well. So 1 times 2. What's our new fraction? Well, that 4 turns into an 8 just like we wanted, and that 1 on top turns into 1 times 2, 2. Now we have 2/8, and we'll just bring this fraction, we'll just bring that straight down. 2/8 plus 2/8. That's not so bad. 2/8 plus 2/8. The denominator doesn't have to do anything, it just stays as an eighth. But the 2 plus 2, that equals 4. And then you're all happy. Hooray! Of course, 4/8. Hate to burst your bubble, but you're not quite done because that could actually turn into a more beautiful answer. It can. It really can. Can you see anything that both 4 and 8 can be divided by? Well, I know 4 can be divided by 4. And I'm pretty sure 8 can be divided by 4 also. That's important that you divide them by the same number. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And you went ahead and you turned that 4/8 into a much more beautiful 1/2, which is a superior, better answer. There's one more instance we should pay attention to when it comes to common denominators. Like, let's say we had 1/2 minus 1/3. Now before, when we were dealing with our previous example, we turned 1/4 into 2/8. Remember we did that like 10 seconds ago? I hope you remember that. And that was easy to do because a 4, it can transform into an 8 by multiplying by 2. But look over here at our 1/2 minus 1/3. Can a 2 magically transform into a 3rd by multiplying? It really can't. It can't. You can do 2 times 1 equals 2, 2 times 2 equals 4, 2 times 3 equals 6, but you'll never get that 2 to transform into the bigger 3. So what do you do if they can't transform into one another? They both have to transform into the same thing. How do you do that? Well, you multiply them by each other, and you'll make a new fraction. You'll make 2 new fractions for our subtraction problem. That's a subtraction sign, sorry. That's a subtraction sign, and those are for the fractions, the new fractions. So what's 2 times 3? Tell me, what's 2 times 3? 6. And the answer to that is what the new denominator for both fractions will be. That 2 turns into a 6. That 3 turns into a 6. What about the numerators? Well, you got to multiply those two. You got to shoot up diagonally that way and shoot up diagonally that way. You have to multiply. Multiply. What's 3 times 1? 3 times 1 is 3. What's 2 times 1? 2 times 1 is 2. And now, after all of that, you have a common denominator. 6. 3/6 minus 2/6. That'll give you 1/6. Now I think you see how this is a little bit easier over here because you just say, oh, that 4 can be an 8. So I multiply times 2 and I multiply times 2 and I get 2/8. And now they both have a common denominator. But if the 2 can't become a 3, they both have to become something new. And you do that by multiplying them by each other. That'll give you your new denominator. And then, you're not done yet, you have to get new numerators as well by multiplying diagonally that way to get a new numerator over here, and diagonally that way to get a new numerator over here. After you go through all that work to transform the fractions, then you can finally subtract and get a final answer. This is tough stuff. This is mostly 5th grade stuff. So if you're a 4th grader watching this, power to you. If you're a big boy, big girl, 5th grader, you need this. Alright? Good luck. I'm always around, after school if you want to ask me some questions.